Hola, comadres, and welcome to today's Pep Talk. We are here as part of the Comadre Connection, which is a group of women from around the country, different places, different spaces, who all have one goal in mind: to be the best version of themselves. That extends into the parenting, into relationships, into everything about our life. I'm excited to announce that today is actually for real, episode 60 of the Pep Talks. So here at Family Success Academy, we have been producing a pep talk every week for 60 weeks. That's pretty major in my eyes, in my mind, because I always have great ideas, but it's hard to follow them up. And I feel like Comadre Connection has been one of my best ideas. And it's been one of the things that's kept me going to continue producing and connecting with all of you. So if you're new to Comadre Connection, this is a safe space, a judgment-free zone, a place where we just talk about what's going on in life. Every Tuesday, I film a short pep talk just to give you some input in your day and your week and what's going on. And then on Wednesdays, we have an opportunity to get together on screen in Zoom. And so it's never too late to join. You can come in any Wednesday, anytime. We're on from pretty much 8 p.m. Central to 10 p.m. Central, so you can jump on anytime. Don't feel like you're going to be late, because we're just showing up for ourselves. It's not like a class where you have to be there from the beginning. So I just want to extend that invitation. If you've been thinking about, golly, I could use some good comadres in my life. I could use somebody who can listen and who cares what I'm going through, and I can use some support. And so, yeah, that's what we're all about. A lot of us, participate. We have a Facebook group for Comadre Connection. We get together on Zoom. We connect different ways. And so we would love to connect with you. Whatever your story, whatever your place in life, what I've learned is that having comadres makes everything better. Having someone who listens, who cares, who understands what you're going through, and who has some perspective to offer. Because we've got plenty of people in our life that are saying, well, this is what you should do. This is what you ought to do. Well, that's why he's acting like that. Like all of those things that come up where people are just telling you what to do. In Comadre Connection, you're the focus. You can share as much as you want to share. You may be someone who listens and processes. We're all different. We're all unique. And there's no one way to be connected. Joining in on the conversation is totally optional. Like I said, we have 60 pep talks here. So if you want to go back and look through some of them instead of binging Netflix, maybe you're going to binge a pep talk and get yourself some just encouragement, inspiration, advice, and just real life. I mean, I'm a real life mom, woman. I've had many experiences, and some were blessings and some were lessons. So I'll be sharing that through the journey. So again, if this is your first time, I know that there will probably be some new comadres coming after the Women Empowered Conference. That'll be this week. So if you found out about Comadre Connection and about me, Kathy Lozano, and Family Success Academy through the Women Empowered Conference, welcome. We would love to have you be part of our community. So that was kind of a big introduction today, but I just feel excited that we made it to 60, and also just that we're here for each other. So like my topic for today, usually, and I've shared this before, I sit down in front of the camera, I fix the tripod the best I can, and just say, okay, what's on my mind today? And what's on my mind today is how important it is to have community support, whether that's in your family, it's comadres, it's just also about how important it is to have support for yourself. I've talked about on some other episodes about self-compassion. The reality is we cannot do it all. There's no way we can do it all. There's no way we can be it all. And one of the things that we're almost biologically programmed for as women is to give everything to everyone else. I mean, we are created to create life, to sustain life, to nurture life. And sometimes we're much better at doing that for others than we are for ourselves. So what I want to speak about today and just share a little bit about my journey is in looking at how am I nurturing myself? What am I doing for me while I'm busy trying to help others? And how am I going to take time time for me to think, to process, to reflect, to really look at my priorities and my goals. So often we have that list with everyone else at the top, and what happens is after a while we have no energy to continue. Like I'm in San Antonio. If I decide to drive to El Paso, and you might be like, that's still in Texas, it's not that far. I think it takes about 8 hours to drive to El Paso. So I'm going to have to take some preparation if I'm going to decide to drive to El Paso. If I leave my house on the south side of San Antonio and I don't check if I have any gas in the tank or money in my debit card or whatever, I'm not even going to make it very far. I may get out of the county, but I mean, El Paso is way on the other side of the state. And if you're thinking, well, I don't know, I'm in California, that means nothing to me. Imagine just 8 hours of driving. Just imagine that. We can all kind of imagine that, right? Well, if I set off on a trip like that and I'm totally unprepared, I'm going to run into trouble. And I should not be surprised when there's no gas stations coming up because I did not plan ahead. What I'm talking about personally is not going on this trip to El Paso, but every day I'm making a trip out of my house, right? I'm leaving my home, I'm leaving my comfort zone to go out to the world, to learn, to grow, and I need to take my supplies with me, right? So when I think about what am I packing every morning, maybe I'm packing my lunch, maybe I'm packing a snack, I'm taking what I need for the day. I've been having headaches, so I'm taking some Motrin with me today. When I look at all the things that I need, if I just ignore my needs, there's going to be a crash and a burn and a stuck on the side of the road later. In our imaginary trip to El Paso, I can't leave without some water, right? What if I get part way, I stop to buy gas because I find a gas station and I suddenly don't have my debit card. I don't have any credit cards, so I could be in some trouble. I could be those people panhandling at the Valero gas station. I don't know. Never had to try it. But wouldn't I be probably kicking myself? And that's the thing. We throw so much guilt at ourselves for what we did or didn't do for others. And then when we get down to what we did or didn't do for ourselves, to me, it moves from guilt, it moves into anger and resentment. Because we start focusing on what we've done for everyone else, and I can't even do this for myself. If you're a mom, a lot of you are moms, sometimes you can't even go to the bathroom by yourself, most of the time, right? Children are there. If you can actually close the door, they're passing notes under the door, looking through under the door, whatever. Or they don't give you a moment's peace, right? Every moment is seemingly consumed by others. We have to look at, well, what am I going to do for me? And sometimes that's going to mean connecting with others. We got busy work life, we got busy family life, we're taking care of our homes, some of us are in school, a lot of you are working more than one job. All the things that we're doing, it's really difficult to find that time for me. One of the things that's been time for me over this past year plus has been doing these pep talks with you because it helps me process what's going on in my thoughts and in my life and what do I need to pay more attention to. And one of the things that's been calling to me is that, recently I've been paying attention to a lot of activities, but not paying enough attention to myself and what I need. So I'm trying to practice what I preach, come in, take a few moments, sit down and accept where I am. Accept this very moment that I have this time to connect with my comadres who may or may not watch this later. It still has value for me because I'm making a commitment to myself that this is something I'm going to continue doing. When I come on Zoom on Wednesday nights, sometimes I'm a hot mess. Sometimes I haven't even, finished dinner. Other times I'm trying to multitask. But when I get there, I sit down, I see that first name pop up coming in the waiting room. I know there is value there for me. There's value for me. There's value for the other mujeres that join. There's no requirement. It's a totally free, optional experience. Sometimes people haven't been on for a long time. They come back and it's like an old friend. And what I want to look at today is what is going to bless me today? How do I walk out of my house, not just dressed in what I want to wear today, but how do I set some boundaries? Yesterday, I had a situation where somebody's negative behavior could have really impacted me. And I was able to observe it, to reflect on it, and set a boundary. Set a boundary internally and emotionally that I'm not in charge of their behavior. I'm not in charge of their behavior. The only thing I'm in charge of is how I'm going to allow this to impact me. So today, as you go forth into your day, or no matter what time you're watching this, whatever day you're watching this, know that you are the biggest priority in your life. And if you haven't been paying attention to what you need, maybe today's a wake-up call. Maybe today's a day that you're going to be like, yeah, I deserve time for me. I deserve to see myself as value, and other people want to connect with me. And that's what we're all about on Comadre Connection. Have a blessed day, everybody. Hope to see you soon. Happy 60th Pep Talk.